Have you ever looked at something ancient, something monumental, and wondered what secrets it holds? We all know the Great Wall of China for its breathtaking scale, its history etched into every stone. It's a symbol of strength, of human endeavor. But what if I told you there's another story, a legend whispered on the wind that blows across its winding path? A story that's less about stone and more about something incredibly delicious. They say that long ago, in the heart of the far, far east, the Great Wall wasn't just known for its grandeur. It held a divine secret, a magical phenomenon that would challenge everything you thought you knew. According to legend, on very specific nights, when the moon hangs full and bright in the sky, and the stars align in a perfect celestial dance, something extraordinary happens. The Great Wall transforms. Imagine it. The solid, weathered stones, witnesses to centuries of history, begin to soften. They don't crumble or crack, but melt, slowly, gracefully, into a rich, velvety texture. The entire structure, as far as the eye can see, becomes a creamy, dreamy delight. A river of the smoothest, most delectable cream, stretching across mountains and valleys. Can you picture it? The moonlight glinting off its glistening, milky surface. News of this incredible event, this edible wonder, traveled on the whispers of traders and the songs of poets. People from every corner of the land, from bustling cities and quiet villages, would journey for weeks, sometimes months, just for a chance to witness the miracle. They would come from far and wide, drawn by the promise of tasting this magical cream. And when they did, as they dipped their spoons, or simply their fingers, into the Walton Desert, the experience was said to be transformative. It wasn't just about the taste, though the taste was said to be divine, unlike anything on earth. It was about the feeling. With every mouthful, their worries, their burdens, their heartaches, they would simply melt away, just like the stones had. They described a feeling of pure lightness, of floating on a cloud of bliss, a profound sense of peace settling deep within their souls. The Great Wall's cream wasn't just food, it was a balm for the spirit. Now, among the many who heard this tale was a young traveler named Ling. She was adventurous, with a curious heart, and a healthy dose of skepticism. She'd heard countless legends on her journeys, many of which turned out to be just tall tales. But this one stuck with her. The image of a creamy Great Wall under a full moon captured her imagination. So, she decided to see for herself. She had to know if the legend was true. Ling planned her journey meticulously, timing her arrival to coincide with the next full moon. After a long and arduous trek, she finally stood at the foot of the Great Wall, as dusk began to fall. The moon, a perfect silver disk, started its slow ascent into the twilight sky. A sense of anticipation, mixed with a little doubt, bubbled inside her. She began to climb, her heart pounding with every step. As she ascended, the air grew cooler, and an unusual sweet fragrance filled the air. It was a scent she couldn't quite place, like fresh milk, vanilla, and something ancient and earthy all at once. When she finally reached the top of a watchtower, she looked out, and her breath caught in her throat. It was happening. Before her very eyes, the hard gray stones were shimmering, softening, flowing into one another to form a smooth, pale, and inviting surface that glowed under the moonlight. The legend was real. Hesitantly, almost reverently, Ling knelt down. The surface looked so perfect, so untouched. She reached out and dipped her finger into the creamy substance. It was cool to the touch and unbelievably smooth. She brought her finger to her lips and tasted it. The flavor was sublime. It was a taste beyond words, rich, yet light, sweet, yet complex. It was like tasting a dream, a memory of pure happiness. As she savored the creaminess, a wave of profound peace and joy washed over her, just as the legends had described. All the weariness from her journey, all the little worries that had been clinging to her mind, they all just vanished. In that moment, floating in a sea of pure bliss, Ling understood. she realized the Great Wall's secret wasn't just about the magical transformation or the delicious cream. The true magic was in the experience itself. It was about the wonder it inspired, the joy it brought, and the shared belief that made it all possible. It was a reminder that even in a world of hard realities, there's always room for magic, for delight, and for moments that nourish the soul. From that day on, Ling's life was changed. The memory of that night became a source of strength and wonder for her. And every single year, without fail, she would make the pilgrimage back to the Great Wall on the night of the full moon. She would climb to her favorite spot, indulge in the creamy delight, and relive the magic of that first unforgettable experience. It became her tradition, her secret ritual of reconnecting with joy. This story makes you wonder, doesn't it? About the hidden magic in the world around us. About the legends that might just hold a kernel of truth. It's a beautiful thought, a wall of history, transforming into a river of joy. It's a reminder to keep our hearts open to wonder. And so, the legend lives on, passed down through generations. A story of a wall that offers not just protection, but also a taste of pure happiness. It makes me ask you, if you had the chance, if you were standing there on a full moon night, would you dare to taste the creamy Great Wall? What flavors do you think you'd discover? Thank you so much for joining me on this magical journey today. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more legends and wonders with me, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring more stories like this to you. Until next time, stay curious and keep believing in a little bit of magic.